ranking cricket has prospered so quickly, and how strong it is, because you've got young boys from a very early age being coached, who are watching a winning team, whose heroes are cricketers that they can watch on the television, and they've got a love of the game. So it's always refreshing. India was probably unique in that I was the first foreign coach, and that was back in 2000, and there was I think there were some questions about whether a foreign coach would work in India, so that was a challenge in itself. I had some fantastic group of senior players to work with, and there were some talented boys coming through: Seva, Budgie, Zahir, Yuvraj, Kev. Dhoni turned up right at the end. Plus with the older group of Laxman, Kumble, Srinath, Sachin, Rahul, Surv. Coaching's easy if you've got good players. But the pressure was, pressure and the passion, I suppose, and it was a big thing to manage. Fortunately, we got enough results so that I could hang around for a while. The New Zealand time was a little different, because I came in I think they changed their coaching system or coaches quickly, and I came in three or four. I think it's what the public want, the fans want. Obviously the television ratings. I mean, it's still very early, so we'll see how it all pans out, because obviously the IPL's been huge, and there are various T20 competitions all over the world now, so it's a different environment. I think the game in many ways is sometimes dictated by the people that come to watch it, or the people that watch it on the television. So cricket's fortunate to have Test cricket, 50-over cricket and T20 cricket. It's very challenging for the players, because they've got not completely different forms, but three different forms of cricket that they have to master. And I think that can be tough, particularly on the young players who come in and are expected to perform immediately. And that's quite difficult in a T20. Say if you're a batsman and you don't bat in the first three, then life can be very tough. But it's just the way it is these days. So it does present different challenges, I think, for players and coaches.
So what do you think of this policy now? Some countries what they do on tours, they cut back on test matches in order to have more T20s. Do you think that it's damaging?
I think that's a challenge for the administrators of the game to understand and get the balance right, because there's almost a silent majority of true cricket lovers that probably enjoy the longer form of the game, and then it's got to be balanced with the development of the game, which I think Test cricket's incredibly important for. And also the players probably, I don't know if it's traditional or not, but you're still judged, I think, on your Test performances. That may change in the future, where you may be a great T20 player. It's too early to judge, but I think it's a very important question that administrators have got to answer, of how do they get that balance right. And certainly an interesting sign is perhaps below the international level, where in your domestic competitions, if the balance is too much angled towards limited over cricket, it may make it a little bit more difficult for the development of a young crop of